Good afternoon, children. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Yes. How are you?
Fine.
So I guess one new student is there. Is that Nevin? Nevin, can you hear me, Nevin? Nevin. Atul. Just a moment. Sharath, are you there? Sharath? Here? Sharath? He's not there?
No.
Ah, yes. Okay, hope everyone entered the classroom. Sharath, what happened to you? Why you were not there in the previous classes? Sharath?
Ma'am, I thought you were only taking computer science.
No, you got the timetable as computer science bar IP. That means you should be there in the class. So you missed many classes. Isn't it? Only the first class you were there. So now you understood. There is no special class for IP or computer science. Both are combination. Okay? Okay. Now, Emmanuel, so tell me what are the things we learned the last class?
5 generations.
Once again, louder.
5 generations.
No, the different types of softwares, right?
Bus.
Different types of softwares. What are the different types of softwares, Emmanuel?
Application and system software.
Application software and system software. Then what is a system software, Meghna?
System software are needed for working of computers.
Okay, very good. Example, Amal. Example, Amal Raj.
Microsoft.
What is this Microsoft?
Operating system.
Microsoft, what is it? It's an operating system. Windows, it's not Microsoft. Okay, Windows operating system. Then example of application software. Atul.
Facebook.
Facebook. Okay. Okay, that's it. We have seen only few classifications. So I will tell you once again, there are two types of softwares. One is system software, another one is application software. In system software, we have three categories. The first category is operating system. Second category is language processors. That will show you a PowerPoint. That time you can write. Second category is language processors. Third category is utility software. That is coming under system software. Then when you go to the application software, there are two classifications. First classification is general purpose application software and special purpose application softwares. Okay, these are the main classifications. So we'll see in detail. Okay. Those who were not there in the previous class, listen carefully. Okay. Okay. So softwares are classified into, when you write it in your notebook, you write it in this way. So it will be better if you write in this way so that you can recollect it faster. Softwares are divided into system software, actually system software and application software. Then system software is again divided into operating system, language processor and utility software. Then the next category is application software. Application software is divided into general purpose application software and specific purpose application software. Hope it is clear, the classification. Yes or no, Shivani?
Yes, ma'am.
Shivani?
Yes, ma'am.
So now, so system software, we have operating system. What is this language processor? Any idea language processor? Lydia, language processor.
It gives different languages.
Once again, a little more louder.
Different languages.
Yes, language processor means we are doing the programs in computer using different programming languages such as C, C++, Python, etc. So we are writing the programming in this programming language. So that means we are using English language basically. But what about computer?
Numbers.
Computer uses what kind of language? It uses binary language. Since it's an electronic device, it knows only the language of voltage pulses. So you have a high voltage and low voltage combinations. That's why it's called binary language, or it is called as machine language. So when you write program using C++ or VB, that is in English, basically English language. So it should be converted into a binary language or machine format. Only then CPU can execute the program. For that, we use, what do we use? Language processors. Language processors are of different types that we'll see later. Then comes utility software. So as I told you in the previous class, utility software is used for utility purposes. That is, it protects our system. The performance of the system will increase if you use this utility softwares. For example, antivirus softwares, or you have firewalls in that way, or system defragmenter. So these all are examples of utility softwares. Then application software. So again, there are two classification of application softwares. One is general purpose and specific purpose. General purpose means, see, Microsoft Word. If you consider Microsoft Word, what kind of software it is? What do you think? Last question to Hannah. Is general or specific purpose? Hannah?
General purpose.
General or specific? Louder, little more louder.
General.
It is general, even though we say that it is specifically, we are using the software for writing text or resumes, etc. But it is under the category of general purpose, because this writing the text is a general purpose thing, isn't it? It is used in offices. We can use in creating question papers. You can use this for creating, writing the books. So in many ways, you can use this kind of softwares. That is why it is coming under general purpose software. So what can be specific purpose? Donna?
Only for our need.
Specific purpose.
Only for our need.
For example, can you tell me one example? Specific purpose. In bank, they use a software that is for specifically for bank applications. There will be customer ID, they will ask customer ID, account information, etc. Transactions. So it is specifically used for banking purpose. School management softwares are available. So that is for school. And if you go to supermarket, you have supermarket, there is a software which is used for billing purpose. That is again and again specifically used for supermarkets. So they are examples of specific purpose operating system. Clear? So we'll see the rest of the things. Okay, so this is a main heading. Then comes to what is system software. System software is required to control the overall operations of computer. It can be categorized into operating system, language processors, and utility software that we saw already. Then moving to the next topic, operating system. So operating system is the most important system software which is there in your computer. Without operating system, you can't work in computer, isn't it? Yes or no, Grishma? Without operating system, can we work in computer? No. Okay, so that is a very important software. And a computer cannot run without an OS. So it serves as an interface. We are the user and we are interacting to the computer. So it acts as an interface between the computer and the user. And user is giving programs and it is interacting with the computer. Okay. Then what are the different functions of operating system? What is the first function, Atul? Read it from the board.
It provides an environment in which hardware components are used in an efficient manner. It
What is the meaning of
coordinates
that?
the working.
See, CPU is used for processing the things. So through the keyboard, we are giving data and you use mouse for selection, many things you are doing in between. So finally, the processing will be done only by CPU. So how these hardware devices are coordinated? That coordination will be done by operating system. That's why in the definition is given that it's an environment in which the hardware components are used in an efficient manner. Suppose we are giving one student is there in one system. Suppose there is a network in between. One student is giving a print command. Next student is giving another print command to the same printer. Then it is operating system's duty to make a queue and give it to the printer. So those who gave the print command first will get the printout. The second one will get another printout. So that all things are done by operating system. That is the first duty. Then second one, Sharath. Second one. Sharath, can you hear me?
Yes.
Louder, little more louder you can say. Are you a very soft-spoken person? Little more louder, say it loudly.
I did the question.
I'm not able to hear it properly. Nevin, just read it. Second function.
It acts as a resource manager. A computer system has many resources such as CPU time, memory space, and I/O devices.
Okay. The same way what I told you, that's enough. Like that I told you, it gives the memory space allocation. See, I am executing a program. At the same time, I open Facebook. The same time, I open some other Google Chrome. So everything should be kept in the memory, isn't it? Isn't it, Achyut? Everything should be kept in the memory. So that keeping into the memory, that all the things are arranged by whom? The operating system. The third function, you can read it. Achyut, read it. Third function.
It lets you create and manage files and folders for storing information in a computer efficiently.
Okay, very good. So what is the meaning of this? You know that when you take my computer or my PC, you can see different drives, C drive, D drive. Actually, there is no such drives. Or it is just, it is the operating system which is dividing everything. And you can make a folder with your name and you can save all the things in your particular folder. Who's giving you that provision to create the folders? It is all done by operating system. So the folder creation lets you create and manage files and folders. When you save a picture, it will be saved at .jpg, and you right click, and suppose in a folder you have lots of PDF files and lots of picture files, and you will get an option by the operating system like view sort by name, isn't it? Have you seen that? Muhammad Adim, have you seen that?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So how it is possible? It is done by operating system. But the processing, how this request, whatever we have given, that request will be sent to the CPU by the operating system. Then it will give us the result back. So it acts as an interface. Okay? Clear? Any doubt? Emmanuel, look here. Here. Okay. Any doubt, Emmanuel?
No.
If you have any doubt, just ask me, okay?
Yep.
Then when you buy a computer, we don't have to install anything. Automatically, the buying time, that time itself, you will get an operating system. You just tell the person that this is I need to install Ubuntu, I need a Windows operating system. According to your wish, they will install operating system for you. So the different operating systems that we use in computers and mobile, both, these are used in computers, which is the one Windows, that is by Microsoft. Then you have Linux. That is a different category that you will see in the next class. Linux is free open source software. Then this is a Mac operating system by Apple. Then you have Android. These three operating systems are used in desktop computers or laptop, and the second one we use in mobile phones. Okay, clear? Anjo, is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Next is everyone switch on your video. Otherwise, we'll plan to mark it as absent. Shivani, Mohammad Irfan. Okay, now comes language processor. As I told you, language processors are used to convert high-level language into machine-level language. So what is the duty of language processor? Language processor is a software that translates or converts a program written in a computer language into the machine language, which is understood by the computer. That is the definition of a language processor. It is again a software. So what is the meaning of this first sentence? First sentence is we are creating the programs, writing the software using programs. So programs we are writing in high-level language. For example, different computer languages are C, C++, C#, Python, and Java. So language processor converts everything into machine language. There are 3 types of language processors. Basically, you have to study: assembler, compiler, and interpreter. What are the 3 types? Aditya Raj? 3 types of translators.
Assemblers, compilers, compilers, interpreters. Interpreters.
Interpreters. So, have you heard about assembler, assembly language?
No, ma'am.
Is the language used by the microprocessor, assembler. So assembler will convert the microprocessor language. There is a language called assembly language. Assembly language into machine language. Both these compilers and interpreters, they will translate your original program into machine language. So hope you have studied many programs like VB. Have you studied Visual Basic in smaller classes? Have you studied? Nevin, Shivani, have you studied Visual Basic VB? I'm asking you, Shivani, reply.
Yes, ma'am.
Studied C? C?
No.
C++?
Yes.
Yes. So it will be very easy for you to study this Python language. So in this VB and in this Python or in this C++, we use language processors. Okay. So next is we have next thing as utility softwares. So what is the use of utility softwares? Hadi? Utility.
Yes, it's an app or program designed to perform maintenance or housekeeping work on a computer system in order to ensure its smooth functioning.
Oh, yes, yes. Whatever you understood, just tell me. This is reading the entire thing. So what is the meaning of utility software? It is used for utility purpose. What are the different utility? Suppose this space is over, but we can't delete any of your files from your computer. So what you will do? Hadi?
Adds the memory card, hard disk changes.
No. Without adding a memory card. Do you have any option to that? Do you have any provision? There comes your disk cleanup, disk fragmenters. These are softwares which is used. See, in your memory, are you able to see this writing on this share screen? This writing?
No.
No. Just a moment. I will take EasyBot. Okay, then I will use whiteboard. See. Okay. See, suppose this is your hard disk space. And you have a picture file over here and a document file over here. And you have another MP3 and you have a movie, MP4, AVI. Many files are there in your hard disk. And this entire hard disk is full. How it is full? Because it will give you a message that your disk is full. So all your files are very important files. You can't delete any of the file. So how this things will be stored? You will think that all your files will be stored continuously. No, it will be, suppose this is your disk space. Your doc file will be stored here. And there will be some spaces here. And next, after some time, you may store another MP3 file that will be stored somewhere over here. And this MP3 file cannot be stored in this position because there is no enough space to store a 5 MB data. That is why it is opted for a different place. Now it is AVI. It's a movie file. then it will take another space in the hard disk. So lots of small memory spaces will be wasted in the hard disk. So the duty of disk cleaner or disk fragmenter is that it will do the things accordingly. That is, it will arrange everything properly so that you will get an extra space. Whatever spaces are remaining, everything will be collected to a single place. So you will get more memory. Okay, that is the use of disk fragmenter or disk cleaner program. So that is again considered as a utility software. That is the first one. You understood? Disk cleanup software. Hannah? Yes or no? Yes or no? Should I explain again?
No.
Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Understood. So no need to explain. It's like arranging your wardrobes. If you are simply putting everything in your particular drawer, you may feel that there is no space at all in your wardrobe. But if you arrange it properly, then after some time you'll understand that there is lots of space. The same way, the disk fragmenter's duty is to, disk cleaner program's duty is to arrange everything properly so that any places there left, that will get further to place the next content. Okay. No space will be wasted. Then next is your antivirus software that you all know. Adul, switch on your camera. What is a virus? What is a coronavirus? Nivin.
Ma'am.
Biocomputer, right? Huh? Or maths computer?
Biocomputer.
Ah, biocomputer. So Navin, tell me, what is a coronavirus?
Coronavirus is a virus. Which is
Why it is called a virus?
because it's neither alive or dead.
It is?
Neither alive or dead.
No. I'm asking you why it is called a... Oh, okay. That is the basic things about virus. Why it is called as harmful? Why coronavirus is harmful?
Because it causes damages to our lungs.
Ah, damages to our
Lungs.
lungs. If it enters in our body, it damages our different parts of the body, isn't it? In the same way, here they named certain program. Some programs are there. So that programs will damage your or our computer system. That is why it is called virus. So the same meaning of that original virus. From that they give the name as virus. So virus is again a program. Okay, that makes some damages in our computer system. Okay, so whenever you use a computer, it can be a desktop or laptop, you need an antivirus software. Okay, can you just tell me one example of a virus? Not that coronavirus, computer virus. Who can say? Meenakshi. Through email, we have seen in newspapers. Through email, you got this virus, that virus. And it is damaging the entire networking, internet things and all. Isn't it? Have you heard about that? So for you tomorrow, homework. The 2019 or 2020. What are the names of different virus programs that was there, which came into the internet and damaged many servers of Yahoo, Google and all. Okay, you find out. Actually, there was a virus called I Love You a long time before. There was a virus that was spread from the email. There will be an email attachment and you will think that is a message from someone. So you will click it. So the virus will spread in your computer. This is an old virus. So when a new virus is generated, what happens? Your antivirus softwares won't be able to detect this particular software, so they will update their software. So that's why we say that every year you have to update your antivirus software. So whenever your net is connected to the system, always you update. It can be a paid or free software, but always update your system. Okay. Then we have the next one is, so these are the different antivirus softwares. Quick Heal, you know already what is this? You have heard about it. Norton, AVG, Avira, and Kaspersky. That is another software. Here the name is McAfee and Kaspersky. That is only 800 rupees per year. That's Kaspersky. That is the most reliable thing. Or you can install any one of the antivirus softwares. Is that clear? Why it is called utility software? Antivirus? Atul?
Because it performs a maintenance work and protects the computer.
Yes, yes. Next one is application software. This is the last topic, application software. Application software, I told you, application softwares are divided into two: general purpose and specific purpose. So here, what is application software? Why we are using a software? Because it helps us to do the program in the computer in a better way. It helps us. If you are going to the Facebook, so through this, you can chat to any person which is connected to the net, or WhatsApp. So these are all categorized as application software. Set of programs designed to help users, perform specific task. So usually we have to install. If it's a Facebook, WhatsApp, you have to install. Certain apps are available. Apps means applications are available. So you have to download it and you have to install it. So it is divided into general purpose and specific purpose. In general purpose, the meaning is that suppose this is Photoshop. Photoshop is a general purpose or specific purpose. Photoshop is a general purpose. Flash, general purpose. So all these kinds coming under general purpose. Then what about specific purpose? Lydia. 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 Can you hear me? Are you there? Lydia. Switch on your video. Hadi, Mohammed Irfan, to whom I did not ask till now. Srihari, tell me, what is specific software and what is general
Ma'am,
purpose
I
software?
can't hear you.
What about others?
I don't know what happened.
Donna, can you hear me? Donna? Donna? No. Hello?
Hello. Yes, ma'am. I can hear you.
You can hear.
Yes.
Then what happened to Lydia? You can't hear me? Hello? Hello, hello. I think there's some networking issues. So Srihari, over to who's that? Atulya. Okay, you can just leave and try to join again. I'll accept you. Okay. Okay, tell me, Srihari.
Yes, ma'am.
Waiting for you, Srihari.
Ma'am, general purpose are for different purposes like Microsoft Word. Specific is only for a single purpose like banking software.
Yes.
That's it.
Then specific purpose.
And that's for specific purposes, single purpose.
Yes.
Like banking.
So, yes. So these are the main things. General classifications are specific purpose and general purpose. So do you have any doubt? Anyone has any doubt on this types of softwares?
No.
Shall we have a recap, Sharath? Do you have a headphone with you? Headset?
No, ma'am.
Headset?
No, ma'am.
Huh? Sound is very, very less. Louder.
No.
No. So just check. No, all the classes sound is this much less or only in computer class?
Only in computer class, ma'am.
Only in computer class. So, that it is clear. When I'm asking you a question, it's not clear. Your answer is not clear. Okay, it's over to Vidur. Tell me, just a recap, the starting onwards. After that, we'll stop.
First one is operating system we have started.
No, this is starting from the software. What is software? The classification, the full thing.
Softwares are of two types.
Mm.
System software and application software.
Okay.
And system software again gets divided into three types: operating system, language processor, utility software. And application also divides again as general purpose application software and specific purpose application software.
Okay. Very good. Then anyone wants to add some more content into that? Achyut? So Vijay and Mehrin. Achyut?
Yes,
Sir?
ma'am. Yes.
Tell me some more things. Add few more points to that.
Software is divided into two: system software and application software. System software is a software that are used to run the system. There are three types of system software: operating system, language processor, and utility software. Operating system, it's the most important software. Without operating system, you can't run the computer.
Okay, very good. That's it. Then the rest, Aditya S. Raj.
Yes, ma'am. Then application software is divided into general purpose and specific purpose. General purpose, it is for general use like Microsoft Word, Photoshop, Flash, etc. Specific functions are used for a specific type, for one specific function, like banking software, billing softwares used in supermarket, etc.
Very good. So you learned everything.
Yes, ma'am.
So next time when I ask, you no need to study, but you have to study again. Otherwise, everything will be stored in the temporary memory. So you have to move everything to the permanent memory. So you have to practice. Okay. Okay. That's all for today. Hope everyone understood about this softwares, classification software, and see you next day. And we actually don't forget about the homework. Okay. See you.